quite nicely put it why business performance management is relevant and important for small businesses. And looking from a different perspective, different scaling perspective, how is it relevant for startups?
To my personal experience, again, I'm not saying we know it all, I'm saying to my personal experience, I think that it's very relevant for startup for a simple reason. Startups depend on capital being provided by third parties. And that capital has to be attracted. To attract this capital today more than ever before. That is like what I see in the field. This is what I see. Today, more than ever before, you're also assessed by your capacity and capabilities to manage your operations and to know your game when it comes to numbers. And I've witnessed that quite often, that, a company that pushes the product with 10,000 euros, let's say, to the next level and show that they know their game again and that they know their numbers and, that they have a plausible plan, are more likely to receive 100K to really make the next step than a company that already has received 100,000 euros to build, to build the right team. They don't have then the same position to get just another 10,000 euros to actually make the product. This is something that I have witnessed the past 2-3 years more than before. And I think people have to be aware of that. So yes, a startup is based on a growth model that is exponential, understood. But this can only happen if the capital comes. Without the capital, you can't grow, because that's the nature of the beast. You agree? So you depend on capital. So that means you have to attract capital. And in order to do that, I believe, and I witnessed, and would have a lot of clients because of that very fact, you have to show that you know your numbers, and your numbers have to add up. All this Disneyland planning is simply not good enough anymore. It has to add up. And that's why I believe it's very relevant for startups as well. Maybe not on a day-to-day, but like with on a day-to-day basis, like with small businesses, they really try to pay that invoice after this client has paid, and it's a whole different dynamic. But the approach of being in control of your resources, I believe it's the same thing for startups. I actually want to push it a little bit further and say, as a startup, until the point that you receive the capital you need to realize your growth model, until that point, you are a small business that basically has no resources, respectively only the resources they have. So now the question is, are you going to just lay on your back and wait till the money comes? Or will you actually try to make the most out of the resources in hand? And to be able to do that, you have to know, what resources do I have in hand? And how can I plan all that so that it adds up? Until how long can I self-sustain myself? How long can the resources in hand carry me so that then I can actually take opportunity of the capital invested? I'm a huge advocate of business performance management, especially also you see that there is this enthusiasm, especially also even also and especially with the startups. Yes, growth phase. Most startups they just don't survive the growth phase, because finally they have money, they don't know what to do with it, they miscalculate, they misplan, they have just the wrong idea about the burn rate. Because in their business plan that they didn't check for the past 5 months, they didn't update it. The burn rate is something, but the burn rate is always different than you think. Burn rate, maybe in brackets, when I say burn rate, just that we're on the same page, it's like the amount of money you burn every month, respectively, how many months you can burn the money until you're back to zero. And more often than not, startups receive money to get it to the next level, because nobody invests to waste money. It is money meant to push it to the next level. So now, if you don't have a plan how to do that, chances are you never make it to the next level. And more often than not, this is the main reason why startups fail. It's not the market fit that is not there. It is wasted resources so that you don't have it when you need it to actually find the market fit or to prove the market fit. No business that I know of, even the known one, the big ones, Google, Facebook, you name them, no business that I know of has been growing overnight to what it is that we know. It takes
Yeah.
time. And they all have one thing in common. They were able to spend that time effectively and efficiently. And this, if you ask me, is at least partly due to the fact that they had the numbers.
Very true. Very true.
And just, sorry, maybe I can add that so that just to make my point that I'm not just this is not academic theories. I have been one of those. We have been funded with a, sorry for my language, a barrel load of money.
Yeah.
Barrel load of money. And we didn't get anywhere. We started being successful with the product and with the company when we started to run out of money, because that's when we actually focused on it.
Yeah, and that was a push that you needed to do that, otherwise you will not be.
So
Very true.
it's first-hand experience. That might not be everybody's experience. That's why you have so many interviews today. But my personal experience, if you don't know your numbers, if you're not in control of your resources, chances are that even the best product won't matter.